Good morning, boys and girls. This is Mrs. Skulski. I wanted to send you another video today. It's Tuesday. This is a video of a story that I'm going to read that I would have read you if you were here at school, so I might as well read it to you at home. And I'm quite excited because the lettering is big enough that I don't think I need my glasses. Now, that might not seem like a big deal to you, but trust me, when you're older, that kind of thing will excite you. All right, so first of all, let me tell you what the book is called. It's called Baby Animals, a counting book of animal offspring. Now, some of you probably know what offspring means, but in case you don't, offspring is a fancy word for the babies that the mom and dad animals have. Okay, so Baby Animals 1, 2, 3. This is written by Barbara Knox. And you'll notice as we go through this book, there might be some pages that look like they're kind of tattered and old, and that's because I've read this book a lot. Sometimes the best books in the world are really well worn, and that's okay. All right, first of all, I'll kind of bring that a little closer. There's just so many baby animals that we're going to read about, and we're going to read some interesting facts about them and also count at the same time. So get your counting fingers ready, okay? One sad and lonesome puppy, oh, poor puppy, waits for a playmate. A young puppy needs to exercise and play. That's very true, isn't it? Oh, he just looks like he needs a friend. And you can see here, this page is ripped because it's been looked at so many times. Hold up your finger, show me one. Excellent. Number 2. 2 leopard cubs wait for their mother. Cubs sometimes stay with their mothers for nearly 2 years. Now, we don't think much of that because of course we're still with our moms when we're 2. I mean, you're 5 and 6 years old right now, but you're still with your moms. But in the animal world, they don't stay as long as we do. So 2 years is a pretty long time for cubs to sometimes stay with their moms. And cubs is what you call baby cats when they're wild. 3 lambs stand on wobbly legs. They're really cute. I don't know if you've ever seen lambs when they're little, but they really struggle and they wobble on their legs. And just like we take time to get coordinated, they do too. 3 lambs stand on wobbly legs. Lambs live in what we call a flock. Can you say that? A flock. F-L-O-C-K. With their mother. There they are. They're so fluffy and soft and cute. We get wool from them. Number 4. Those are some bunnies. 4 bunnies have long, pointy ears. And we have some hares, which is a fancy word for a kind of rabbit. And they're like bunnies, and they live out where I live in Valley Ridge. And I noticed that their ears are starting to turn darker again, which is a really good sign that spring is finally on the way. 4 bunnies have long, pointy ears. Bunnies can move their ears to hear sounds better. So I don't know if you've ever watched bunnies, maybe even in the pet store. They kind of wiggle their little noses. Can you wiggle your nose for your mom or dad or whoever's watching with you? They kind of do that, and then their ears move. And they're doing that so that they can hear sounds better. So that's 4. Show me 4 with your fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. 5 bear cubs have fur to stay warm. In the winter, bears go to sleep. They wake up in the spring. And what is the word for that? We learned about that this year. It starts with an H. Hibernation. Show me 5 with your fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 bear cubs. 6 piglets don't quite fit in a barrel. Well, no, they're pretty squishy in there. A group of pigs is called a herd or a drove. I didn't know that. A herd or a drove. Kind of like cattle, I guess. Piggies are so cute. Number 7. 7 chicks hatched from 7 eggs. It takes about 21 days, that's 3 weeks, for a chick egg to hatch. That's not very long, is it? Let's count those. You can count with me as I count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And show me 7 with your fingers. 5, 2 more, 6, 7. Number 8. 8 penguin chicks huddle together. Chicks stay in a group while adult penguins search for food. So the adults go out. It'd be like you staying home with your brothers and sisters while your mom and dad go get groceries. So let's count these together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 penguins. And they're called chicks, because they're birds and they're babies. But this is interesting because these are birds and they're babies, but they're not called chicks, they call them ducklings. 9 ducklings sit on webbed feet. So webbed feet means if you hold up your hand and look at it, imagine that there's some material that goes in between your fingers. And webbing is, I believe it's like their feet are made out of cartilage. And the webbing is almost like, it's waterproof and really hard kind of movable plastic that helps them to swim. So the webbing is what they paddle their feet with. They paddle their feet when they swim, and the webbed feet let them do that. Let's count these guys. They're pretty tricky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And how would you show 9 on your fingers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. And we're 1 away from what? I know some of you just said it out loud to me. 10. 10 kittens pounce and play. Excuse me. Most of their awake time is spent running, jumping, and climbing. Kittens are so cute. I love them. They're so fuzzy. Okay, show me 10 with your hands. 5, 10, 10. Because 5 plus 5 is 10. 10. So those are the 10 baby animals. It says how many bunnies? Do we remember? 2. How many chicks? 5. Penguin chicks? Ooh, look at that. Try to move that closer for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, so did they change the numbers on these things? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They did. They're tricking us. Well, they're not tricking us. And then there's 4 piglets there. And there's a really nice picture with a goose and they call baby geese goslings. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then there's these facts about offspring, which is really kind of fun to know. So a dog, here's what we know about dogs. They are born in litters. That's what you call a group of baby dogs when they're born. And they're born in groups of 3 to 6 puppies. Newborn puppies cannot see or hear. That takes them some time. And they bark when they're excited. Of course, we know that, don't we? Leopard cubs are born in what we call a den. Not like a den like you might have in your house. It's not a room. It's the den. It's like a kind of an underground or cave in the side of the mountain. Okay? They like to swim. I didn't know that because most cats don't like water. They eat birds, mice, and other animals. Sheep. The female is called a ewe, and the male is called a ram. A ewe usually has 2 lambs, so 2 babies. And the sheep have hooves for feet. That's what you call their feet, or their hooves. Rabbits. Bunnies are born with their eyes closed. So it takes some time to open them, just like, I guess, the puppies. The female is called a doe, and the male is called a buck. I didn't know that. I thought that was just for deer. And they have a good sense of smell. Bear cubs are born in dens, just like leopards are. The female is called a sow, and the male is called a boar. B-O-A-R, just to clarify. The bear uses sharp claws to catch their food. Pigs are born in litters of 9 to 10 piglets. Can you imagine being born with 9 or 10 siblings at the same time? The female is called a sow, and the male is also called a boar. So they're the same as the bear, what we call the boys and the girls. And they roll in the mud to keep cool. That's very true. They love the mud. Chickens, they hatch after 21 days. The female is called a hen, the male is called a rooster. They have wings, but they cannot fly very far. That's very true, they can't. The Penguin, both parents take care of the eggs. The group of chicks is called a creche. That's interesting. C-R-E-C-H-E, creche. And the penguin makes many calls or sounds. Ducks use their long bill. That's the word for their beak area, their nose, their pointy bill, to peck at food. They grow up quickly and they live near water, of course, because they swim. And cats are born in litters of 4 to 6 kittens. They see and hear after 2 weeks. That's how long it takes them. And it has a rough tongue. That's true. They do have rough tongues. It says, these are just little extra words that you could know, but you already know these. So that's our book for today, boys and girls. I hope that you've enjoyed it. Maybe you want to do a little counting around your house. You could count how many spoons you have in your spoon drawer. You could count how many trees you can see outside the window. You could count how many pairs of shoes you have. Counting is important. It's important for us to be able to do it because we use it every day in our regular lives. Even today, I had to count out, okay, how many bags do I need to put your things in that are coming home to you today? So that's just one practical way that we need to know how to count. And you'll use counting your whole life. So good skill to learn. All right, and in case you're wondering, yes, boys and girls, I did get my hair cut and I really like it. I hope you do too. I miss you guys. Have a great day, okay? Bye. I'm gonna just turn this off here.